Hey there, Leo, and welcome to your week of November 29th, 2021 General Tarot Reading. Thanks for being here on this snowy day here in Canada. We are going to be looking at your energies coming into this week. Hopefully that's going to help us see what kind of challenges and what kind of outcomes potentially we got coming for you this week as well. And then to help me a little more, help you, we're going to clarify all those cards and tie everything off with an oracle card at the end. These are general readings though, Leo, so all of this, some of this, or none of this may resonate with you. If it does resonate, that's fantastic, but if parts of it don't or none of it does, it's just not part or your message at all. So just don't try to make that stuff fit. We got cards flying all over the place. We got 3 cards. That's what we want. So let's take a look at your energy popping out into this week. All right, Leo. We got the Hermit. We got the 8 of Cups. And we got the Queen of Wands here. Very, very interesting. So the Hermit, sign of Virgo. Maybe you have Virgo in your chart. You might be dealing with a Virgo as well. The Hermit is someone who's gotten to the mountaintop and seen what is to see. Oh, excuse me. The Hermit's gotten to the mountaintop. They've reflected on their past self. And you see in their lantern here is the Star card. And that is to say that they have their wishes all in line. They know what they really want out of their life. And they use that light from the star to guide them forward into the night. So I really like that. I feel like you know what you want and you've walked away. And what I find really interesting about this already is that the 8 of Cups represents walking away from something. Walking away from something that is pretty awesome, but it's not what you want, right? It's good, but it's not great. It's great, but it's not perfect, right? There's still the 9 and the 10 of Cups out there. And notice that this person is walking towards the Hermit. It's almost as if you walked away from something and you're walking into what you know you really want out of your life. So that's beautiful. With the Queen of Wands down here as well, nurturing your passions and desires. So very likely for most of you, it's probably that kind of a thing where it's like you found out what you really are passionate about, what you really want out of life, what direction you really want to go in, you know, those sort of things that really make you want to get out and go out there. So that's really awesome. I feel like with the Queen of Wands too, it's sort of you moving in a direction so that you're kind of like you're moving towards your passions. And maybe this is something, it might not be something like ground shaking where you start up like this big business and go forward like that. Maybe that is for some of you where you start up your own business and it becomes like something big and awesome. But for some of you, it might just be something as simple as finding like something you're really passionate about and nurturing that and growing that so that it helps you get, you know, kind of get through your daily grind, or kind of makes you feel like you're, you know, really seeing color in the world for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's fading from black and white into color. So that's awesome. So let's take a look and see what we got here for you for your, got some cards flipping, for your potential challenges this week here, Leo. See what's going on. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got for you. For your challenges, you got the Page of Swords. You got the Ace of Wands. And we got the Hangman here. All right, so yeah, just really not sure where to go here with the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is like you trying to gain clarity, really trying to find out what you, maybe not necessarily, like we know where you want to go with the Hermit, right? We've gained that kind of light, that insight, but notice the Page of Swords still has their head in the clouds, so it's kind of saying like you still don't have clarity on maybe what direction to go in. It's like you know what you want, but it's like how do I go about it here? And especially with the 8 of Wands, or the Ace of Wands rather, trying to start something up, trying to get going here. It just feels like you're kind of just not really moving forward, or you don't know where to start. Really, you're kind of looking around, but you just can't really see where the starting point is, even though you kind of know where the end goal is, right? So very interesting. And with the Hangman here as well, stagnating, like we feel like we're not moving forward at all because of this, because we're not taking that leap, we're not taking that plunge, we're not just getting started, we're just hanging around. So it feels like we're really stagnating with the Hermit here, or the Hangman here. So interesting. So let's take a look and see what we can do to help clarify that for you with some potential outcome cards here, and then some clarifiers after that. So let's see what we got here for you, Leo. We got the 7 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. All right. So with the Seven of Cups, you have a lot of options here in front of you, which is good. Can be a little overwhelming sometimes, of course, but you know that's good. It's good to have options here, so I like that. So that is a positive. With the Seven of Cups, you kind of want to pay attention to your dreams maybe a little more this week or in the coming weeks as well, because that can kind of help us. It's kind of subconscious sort of telling us what we want. Dreams sometimes don't make sense, and they can be hard to remember too. So don't necessarily put all your eggs in that basket, of course. But if they do kind of are particularly strong or particularly memorable, it's like I would keep those in mind. With the Page of Pentacles here, just do some research, right? Just do some research. Think about like, if you're thinking about starting up like a business, like we were talking about a bit before, you need to kind of like research, how do people start these things up, right? Is it something simple as like, I just start doing it? Or is it, how did these other people have success? A phrase I like to say is success leaves clues, right? Kind of see where the paths other people have tread. And the Page of Pentacles really encourages that. Really gain that information, plant those seeds. Let's see what will grow, and use information sort of as like water to grow those plants. So I like that as well. With the Four of Cups here, don't necessarily take what's being offered to you. Maybe something is being offered to you that's very good. If you want it, take it. But if it's kind of like unnecessarily something that's being offered to you and you're like, I don't really care for that, don't take it, right? This person has their arms crossed. They're not going to take something they don't want. So same thing applies to you. Don't take something you don't want. But if you do want something that is being offered to you that you're like, oh, I actually really enjoy this, I really want this, absolutely take it. And with the Four of Cups, it can also be daydreaming. So planning, thinking about the future, of course, with that research in mind here, those seeds planted in the ground. It's also good to kind of daydream and think about like where things will be down the line for you. So that's really awesome. So let's get into some clarifiers for you here, Leo. Appreciate you making it this far. Hope this has been helping out and resonating with you. We're going to get you your clarifiers, and then we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video. So you're going to want to stick around for that. But thank you again for being here, Leo. Let's see what we got here for you. So let's see what's happening. We got the Nine of Wands. Got the Hanged Man yet again. And we got two that wanted to come out here. We got the Hierophant and the Three of Swords here. Interesting. So the Hanged Man has repeated. That's generally it is a strong message when a card repeats like that. With the Hanged Man here, the Hanged Man can represent gaining a new perspective on things. As you can see, the Hanged Man is upside down in comparison to everyone else, but he does have a new perspective. He is looking at things in a way that none of the other tarot cards are, or none of the way any of us are looking at things here. So that's good, but we get to that point where he's in your challenge position, and it's now stagnation. It's kind of, we're just hanging around. So I feel like you have a new perspective. Maybe that's part of what's gotten you to the mountaintop with a Hermit here. So I like that. So again, I think that's good, that new perspective, that new outlook on life. So I'm loving that. With the Hierophant here, though, the Hierophant is a sign of Taurus, so you might be dealing with a Taurus, may have Taurus in your chart. Lots of Earth in your reading here so far, Leo. But the Hierophant is someone who is a teacher, is someone who wants to train people, who wants to share their knowledge with others here. And with that Hanged Man here, I feel like you're gaining a new perspective because you might not have thought of something the way someone else has thought of it. It's like, this is like mind-boggling. I remember I did a YouTube course for a channel I used to do where I painted miniatures, and I was showing people how to paint miniatures, and it was just mind-blowing how not necessarily easy YouTube is, but how it's not as challenging as you think, right? It kind of demystified it for me, and that was a real Hangman moment for me. It's like this new perspective is like, wow, this blew my mind. So maybe that's something that's happened for you recently. Maybe that's why you've kind of been opened up a bit and had this new perspective, because you had a moment like that as well. So I'm liking that. With the Three of Swords, I feel like you're being very efficient. I feel like you're kind of cutting out, trimming the fat, the figurative fat, not necessarily the physical, maybe the physical too, but trimming the fat and kind of removing the things that no longer serve you in your life so that you can go after what you want. And with the Nine of Wands here as well, the Wounded Warrior, maybe it's like a situation where you're kind of you may be being a little cautious here, right? Maybe that's why we're kind of stagnating here, is because you're being a little too cautious. So let's take a look and see what we got here for you for some potential challenge clarifiers for you. Let's see what we got. We have got that's you, the Strength card, Leo. That's the Three of Wands. And we got the Seven of Wands. More staying pat here with these two cards here. The Seven of Wands about defending your position, just sort of like holding your ground, not moving anywhere. Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for your prize to come in for you. So again, we're just really, it's kind of like you're really kind of like hanging around and not moving anywhere. And with the Strength card, which is your card, which is your card, Leo. And make no mistake, when you come up in your own reading, it's a very powerful thing. You're in a very strong energy here, even though it is in your challenges. I feel like it's more of a like you feel like you're not as strong as you're stronger than you think you are. I was gonna say you're not as strong as you think you are. No, I feel like you're stronger than you think you are. You might feel like, hey, I can't do this. Like there's so much like rigmarole around this. There's so much like I don't know about. And you feel kind of like you have to stay put, like you're anchored to like, this one spot because of it, but you're stronger than this because obviously we're seeing you coming through and like moving forward. You may not be moving forward by leaps and bounds, but you are moving forward here in the future. So very interesting. I feel like you're better than that, Leo. You're better than you think you are, Leo. All right. You just need to kind of need to tap into that unlimited potential. You see that infinity sign over your head there. So just need to tap into that a bit more than you think you can. You got a lot of potential in you. A lot of options too, right? So let's see what we got. We got the Six of Swords. That's been a theme for you fire signs so far. And the Knight of Pentacles too. And the Death card. All right. Death card here. Sign of Scorpio. Maybe dealing with a Scorpio. Might have Scorpio in your chart. Death card's about the end of a cycle here, and really about the death of a cycle and the start of something new, right? It's the end of one thing, the beginning of another. So I really like that. I feel like this is the end of you kind of sitting around and being on your butt, and now we're going to move forward. I like the Knight of Pentacles coming up here as well, because that's sort of like your seeds have been planted, and now you're moving forward with that plan of like, we're going to grow this and get the abundance and get the goals that we want to achieve. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, so it's kind of like the other ones can kind of be quantified into like days, weeks, months, that kind of a time frame. The Knight of Pentacles is kind of like all bets are off. This could take it's going to take as long as it takes, right? So, it will go as long as it needs to go, but rest assured, as long as you stick to the plan, you are going to get to where you want to go, Leo. So that's beautiful. And with the Six of Swords here as well, it's like you're in the rough waters, but we're moving forward to the calm ones, right? So again, like it's kind of rough here. We're in the cloudy area. We kind of don't think we're as strong as we do think we are here, Leo. We're just kind of hanging around, not getting that ball rolling. But once we get that little push we need, and we start looking around, we start narrowing the options down, we're going to be moving into those calm waters. So that's fantastic, Leo. So let's take a look at your Oracle card to tie everything off for you. Hopefully this has been resonating with you. Hopefully this has been helping you out. But let's take a look at your Oracle card to tie everything off, Leo. All right. You got the Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. Yeah, let your strength shine, Leo. I feel like once you let your strength out and you realize how much more powerful you are than you think you are, you realize that potential you have, you're going to start moving in a positive direction. Once you kind of like, okay, no, this isn't going to be as tough as I think it is. And actually, I can really make this sing. Like, I can really make this work. And once you let it shine like a peacock, you just let those feathers out, let people see how glorious you are. And you start moving forward, you're going to be in a fantastic spot, Leo. So that's wonderful. I hope this has helped you out, Leo. If you want to help out the channel, though, Leo, you can hit that like button down below. Lets YouTube know you really like the content. You can also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. That way you can find me easier and check out your readings every week. And speaking of checking out your readings, you can check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign readings after this one. That way you get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. Hopefully this has been helping you out, Leo, and I hope to see you in the next video.